It's me again. I just want to come with you with the statue dream. It's like a chart, and I made some videos in the past talking about Daniel's dream, and I'm gonna read some scripture and talk about who in that time was ruling. And like the head of gold is Babylon, silver is Medo-Persian, the bronze is Greece, and the iron is Rome, and the merry mix of clay, the final empire. And the final empire, a lot of people say that's Rome, but really that's Europe. There's a lot of this stuff on King Nebuchadnezzar. If you type in the Google, it'll give you this stuff right here. And here's how it's tilted, and here's the head of gold, all gold, and give you the inches and stuff like that. I'm going to get Daniel chapter 2, verse 32 all the way through the 37th verse. This Daniel 2 and 32 all the way to the 37th verse. This is the image this image head was of fine gold, his breasts and his arms of silver, and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass. And what is brass? Bronze. And his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part clay. That's what I'm seeing right now. Let's talk about the empires. 34 first. Thou sayest till that a stone was cut out with the hands with smut image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. And that's what they're doing right now. And then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone smote the image, became a great mountain, and filled with the whole earth. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Here's the last verse, 37 verse. Thou, O king thou art a king of kings, for the gold of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. Yeah, that was Daniel's dream about King Nebuchadnezzar, and I just want to come with that. And yeah, a lot of stuff, history does repeat itself. They're doing it right now. I think the Medo-Persian Empire is similar to the Babylonian Empire. A lot of mixed multitudes. They were dark-skinned, the Hamites, and the Cushites, all of them. A lot of people call it Nimrod, but yeah, saying this is King Nebuchadnezzar. They made a statue of him. All this goes back to that, according to scriptures. That's in Daniel. If you read what the Medo-Persian Empire did, they were the ones that really beat us to death. And like according to scriptures, they were showing what they did. All these empires had us in slavery. Everybody in some lifetime, even the final empire. No, a lot of people say that's known as America, but really it's the EU. The EU is the beast, and NATO, all them. But a lot of that stuff's going to repeat itself, and they're going to take over Jerusalem. Yeah, Jerusalem is Babylon. It's the whore of Babylon. See, the Most High didn't say it at that time when he was hung on the tree. So yeah, this is the image of it, the head of gold. I'm going to get chapter 3, the head of gold. And I'm probably going to get the... what verse is that? I'm gonna probably start with the second verse. And okay, I'm gonna start with the verse in the I'm gonna start with the second verse and the 7th verse. Most of y'all know the first one. It's talking about Nebuchadnezzar's dedicated a golden image in Dura, and the image of gold. I'll read this. King Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold whose height was 70 cubits, like I'm looking, and whose height was 70 cubits, and bearded thereof 6 cubits. He set it up the plain of Dura, what do you want to call it? Dura, in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, said together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the province come to dedicate the dedication of the image while Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And most of y'all know the story of him in chapter 3, the head and gold image, and most of the stuff. I'm going to probably skip down to the 7th verse to give you an idea of what he did. Therefore, at the time when all the people that heard the sound of the cornet and flute, harp, sackbut, pastry, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the language fell down and worshipped the gold image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Yeah, he set up this image, and King Nebuchadnezzar was the only one that did that, the head of gold, like we see in Babylon, like in chapter 2. And yeah, that's the golden image. I had to get that one out of the way to see why I had these two. Well, they set him up and measured him, and there's pictures of the golden image, and you can type in King Nebuchadnezzar. They have one with the golden image too. He did that in chapter 3. And they worship that image, like idol worship, like idolatry. I made some videos on that in the past on my old channel. So I'm going to get Daniel chapter 2 again. I'm going to start with the 38th verse. And whatsoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven, and he hath given in the hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all of art and this head of gold. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the head of gold. And most of the stuff goes back to chapter 2. If you read chapter 2, the whole chapter 2, it's talking about this statue, mainly the empires, Daniel. Most of y'all know the story. And the Chaldeans, Daniel's advancement, all that stuff, talking about the visions that Daniel had. In chapter 13, chapter 3 is talking about him, Meshach, Abednego, and talking about, David, and like a 28th verse said, sons of God was an angel. That's what King Nebuchadnezzar saw. I thought I've seen a video a brother had. He had a video called Never Was a Son of God, and it brought to my attention he was reading the correct scriptures, and I was reading. And I read Daniel a lot. I read the whole chapters back and forth when I came to this knowledge, like, a few months back. A lot of people say a few months back, but I've been studying over the years and trying to learn who Daniel is and trying to learn. And I finally read Daniel. I read Daniel so many times over the years, and now I realize that Daniel's prophecies are coming to pass. But then you have to go by the timeline the scriptures gave you. But yeah, this is a reference to Daniel, the statue of dream. This one's a good one. And yeah, I got a statue of him. I got some more stuff. I'm going to see the Nebuchadnezzar, the names. There's one, like I said, the Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, the Grecian Empire is known as the Greeks, the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. That's what people call it. But when you look it up, it says Europe. There's so many stuff out there on Google that brought my attention. And the King Nebuchadnezzar, like I said, this statue right here, Rome, and it's the Iron Clan. They said the 10 kings. Yeah, it's the 10 kings. So yeah, this is King Nebuchadnezzar. He was the one that had this stuff, and and I'll show you a picture of Daniel. This is Daniel right here. Daniel was the one who prophesied this, and Daniel's black in this one right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it be right there in a minute. Yeah, Daniel was talking about some interesting stuff until I'm gonna say who bowed down and worshipped him in chapter 3. And talking about Daniel bowed down and worshiped him, that he made him seat, known as Belshazzar. Most of y'all know his chapters and stuff. So yeah, this is, Daniel. Yeah, this is about Daniel and a statue that he's seen in vision, and he saw the whole thing. And in his day, Daniel was the one that had the knowledge, and he's the one that's talking about the humble and stuff like that. And he's the one that did chapter 12. Yeah, this is, I'm just going to make this one about the statue dream, and I showed a picture of Daniel right now. So yeah, I'm going to end it how it's going to be. Daniel's prophecies are coming to pass. And he was talking about what he wrote was interesting. Had talking about Edom. See, Daniel had some good books. You know, he had some good chapters. But the time we was in all those captivities, the Babylonian captivity, Daniel was talking about the head of gold, but he had a prophecy that all the empires was doing, the Medo-Persia. I think he was a good visionary. He was kind of like what John was. And everybody wants to take it out of context, but you have to go by the timeline and who in that time the scriptures gave you. So with that, I want to say shalom.